Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Lawyers series.
Hi, my name is Z, and on this channel we do everything. But today we have
How to get yourself equipped for law school, the necessary things you need to know, all the things you've heard that might be true or might not be true. All of this I'll be addressing in this video.
But first,
Be battle ready. Law school, go to law school as if you were going for a battle. So mentally, be ready. Emotionally, be ready. Spiritually, be ready. Financially, be ready. Okay? You have to be battle ready. Get your weapons of warfare because you're going for war. Trust me. Because when I say be battle ready, and I mean emotionally, I mean you have to be ready because law school is mentally draining. At some point you will feel so down because it looks as if nothing is happening, nothing you're reading is getting into your head. Do you get? So when you're going to law school, make sure that you are emotionally capable of handling everything. If you're going through a breakup, if you've lost a dear one, if something bad has happened to you, please, I beg you, drop all that at home before carrying your bags to law school. Go to law school as a newborn baby who doesn't know anything. Just go to law school ready, emotionally. Okay? Do not carry any baggage with you, any emotional baggage that will drain you, that will bring you down. Spiritually, pray. Brothers and sisters, you have to pray. During my time in the law school, a girl had to resit or had to repeat law school because of a roommate. We'll talk about the roomie thing later on in this video. But please pray because your villagers might be following you. They follow you to everywhere. But by the blood of the Lamb, you will conquer. Okay? Someone say amen. So please be battle ready, spiritually come, like be a battle axe. Do not let nothing spoil your 9 months or 1 year in law school. Financially, when I mean financially, I don't mean that you have to be a Dangote to go to law school. You can be Dan and still go to law school. You don't have to be Dangote, just only Dan and then go to law school. What I mean financially ready is that there are books you have to buy, feeding, clothing, there are things that might just come up spontaneously, so you just have to be financially ready. But if you're not financially capable, you will still survive. That's the truth. Law school is not as expensive as people make it. If you've paid your school fees, as when I went to law school fees was around 300 plus. I don't know what it is now. I think it should still be around that range. But go to law school financially capable, at least something to fend for yourself, to feed yourself. That's, you have to be ready in that wise. If you come from a privileged home and you know that privilege will be a distraction, you do not want to be that son of a rich man that failed law school. You do not want to be that girl that was driving a Benz and then she failed law school. You come and go for a receipt with G-Wagon. You don't want to be that person. So if you know your privileges would distract you, this is my humble or my honest appeal. Drop all that at home. Law school is but 9 months. After 9 months, you would go back to your riches and wealth. Okay? Come to law school as you would a pauper. If, for lack of a better word, just come as a commoner, regardless of who your father is, regardless of even who you are. Do you get? Just come to law school plain. If you know your privileges will distract you, please just leave them at the school gate as you're coming. After 9 months, pick it up and go back and drive your Benz, your Ferrari, your Porsche, anything you want to drive. But just drop your privileges. Your first preparation for law school is to put God first. I do not want to sound cliche again, but the truth is, without God, I don't think you'll be able to successfully go through law school. The second thing I want to say is go with an open mind. A lot of people will tell you about law school based on their experience, but the truth is you would only have one time. You could have more if you failed the bar exam, but you could only have one time. That's all we operate for, one time to make your mark at the Nigerian law school. So what you have to do is, do not go with someone else's experience. Do not go with what other people have fed into you, especially when it has to do with negativity, failing, and or the tough life in law school. Law school is as easy as you make it. That is all I believe, and that is all I know. Law school is like every other institution. It's like every other educational institution you've been through. Before you were able to get admission into law school, you must have passed through your secondary school education and also acquired your law degree. Go with the mind that, oh, I have gone through the secondary school, I have gone through the university education, and I have made it thus far. Trust me, law school in the real sense of it is not as tough as you think it is. So hold on, let's take a quick break and do more like an examination or an analysis. Look back at secondary school, your WAEC. At some point, your WAEC or your A-level looked like the biggest mountain you would ever surmount. But come on, now looking back at it, you're like, did you really have to go through all that stress? Did you? Like, you're looking back and I'm like, if I knew, I wouldn't even have burnt all the midnight candles. I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that. So it's with me now, who is currently a lawyer. I have passed through that place. I'm like, what was all that fuss all about? You get? That's how you'll be when you get to this other side. Oh, I didn't say this at first. For those who don't know, the Nigerian Law School has just 6 campuses in Nigeria. We have Abuja, we have Lagos, we have Kano, we have Yola, we have Bayelsa. The very last one is Enugu. The third one is do not let any negativity into your heart or into your mind. If anyone had failed law school, any relative that you know, anyone that you know that went to law school and person failed, that isn't you. That person wasn't you. What the person failed is not, maybe it doesn't have to necessarily do with the fact that the person doesn't know the law or the person isn't intelligent enough. First things first, law school isn't about who is the most intelligent. We'll get to that part. So leave that person's experience. That is that person. That it's not you. If you want to fail law school, then take that person's experience with you. But if you do not want, drop that experience the moment it's brought to your very notice. Drop it right there. Okay? The fourth thing I want you to know is that you have to remove fear. First and foremost, a lot of people fail law school even before the sit for the exams or even before their very first lecture, because they've instilled fear in them and they feel like there is nothing they do at that point that would ever work, that they wouldn't pass law school. Some people already failed themselves even before the bar exams. So please remove fear, as that would be your very first point of failure. Speaking about privileges again, it also includes those who want to stay off campus. That's also a privilege because it's not, the house rent isn't that cheap compared to what law school, because in law school your house rent is in your school fees. So if you're able to cover out your 300,000 naira plus, you're ready for law school, including accommodation. So if you want something else, you have to pay more for it. So if you know that lodge, that off-K house or something would distract you, in all honesty, you do not need it. The law school hostel is comfortable enough for every man. Even Otedola can stay in law school and sleep comfortably. So you are not the first to be in law school. Law school has actually seen some of the highest paid lawyers you're seeing today all went to law school. So if they could survive that, you can. Okay? So it's actually very comfortable, just 2 in a room. Oh, that's for the Abuja campus. I'm very sure about the Abuja campus. It's just 2 people in a room, and that's comfortable enough. So since we're already talking about the room part, I'll be talking about your roomie. So it's no news that during the 2018 set that 2 roommates fought. Yes, the thing is, 2 roommates fought. They were having a misunderstanding, and then during the bar finals, one of them, I don't know how she did it, but she took away the answer sheet of the other roommate she had a misunderstanding with, and suddenly it was found in the hostel. And law school already has a policy. They don't mark any script, any answer sheet that has left the four walls of the examination hall. That was how that girl lost her slot at the Nigerian law school for that year. She had to come back. While the other one, let's put it this way, she can never become a lawyer again in her entire life. So please, if you can, choose your roommates. And it's quite easy for those in Abuja. The trick is, if you already have someone in mind that you want as your roommate, because as they say, the devil you know is better than the angel you do not know. What you have to do is, during registration, whilst you're registering for the Nigerian law school, during your registration, when you're going for your accommodation, when you're going to that part where they give you accommodation, please go together. Yes, you just have to sit together because the application is done in twos. So go together. That way, both of you get to stay in the same room. The hostel is fashioned in this way. 4 people share a bathroom and a toilet. So if 4 of you want to also share a bathroom and a toilet, please also go in that form, so that 2 people here, 2 people here, and you're home and dry. That was how I did mine, and I'm just telling you right now, so that you do not say tomorrow the roommate that the devil used to take away 6, 7, 10 years of educational suffering to become a lawyer. Okay, so choose your roommates wisely, because even after the whole application saga, the most comfortable place you would find to read, or the most quiet place you will find to read, wouldn't be the library at some point in the law school. It will be your room. And then even during the early hours of the morning, you can't be at the Nigerian school library. Okay, it's still your room. So if there is any decision you have to think about wisely or twice, it should be who would be your roommate, because all the distraction, loud music, partying, peer pressure would come from that one human being. So you actually need to think about it, who your roommate at the law school has to be. Okay, the other thing we'll be talking about is, you don't really need to buy all the books. So if your parents are not financially capable to carry you for law school, but they're able to provide for your school fees and get you a few books, you can do the rest by yourself. You don't have to infringe any copyright or anything. Just go to the library often. The library at the Nigerian law school is stocked with more than enough books that you will need throughout your stay in the Nigerian law school. And you can actually borrow books from the Nigerian law school library. You can actually borrow books, so that's a win-win situation. Okay, you don't have to buy all the books if you do not have the money for it. The next thing we have to talk about is feeding. Food at the Nigerian school is cheap, but good food at the Nigerian school isn't cheap. That's the 2 things you have to take away from this. Food is cheap. You can get food of 200 naira, even 150. Yes, but good food isn't cheap. But in the Nigerian law school, you wouldn't be eating for taste. You'll be eating to satisfy that hunger, so that you wouldn't have a migraine, or you wouldn't have any headache, or you wouldn't have any impediments when you're trying to study. You do not eat for the taste of the food. You eat for your brain, so that your brain has enough energy to carry you throughout your study time. The other thing is, be kind to your porters. You never can tell when you will need them. Okay? The other thing we need to talk about here, and we will soon be rounding up, is the fact that you do not want to self-medicate in the Nigerian law school. Good. You do not want to self-medicate. The Nigerian law school has a hospital, has a clinic, and they can always refer you out if they do not have the capacity to handle your case. Please, always go to the clinic. Do not self-medicate. The other thing we need to talk about is join a fellowship. We have class fund. We have, I think the Muslim brethren have something as well. So join a denomination or a fellowship that will pull you closer to God. If there is one thing you need most in your life in the Nigerian law school, it is God. hold on to him and he will not put you down. He will not let you down. Please join a fellowship, something, and usually these fellowships organize like tutorials or teachings for people periodically, and then you could also find people who are serious minded in those fellowships. If you're a Catholic, we have a church there, we have lessons, we have tutorials there as well. Just join something. You mustn't be it's some of this fellowships are non-denominational, so you mustn't be a Catholic or you mustn't be a Pentecostal to join them. You're free. It's free for everyone. And the last thing I'll talk about is when you're going to the Nigerian law school is your clothing. You do not always want to be embarrassed because you have so many people and we're all adults. No one wants to be embarrassed by anybody. So dress properly. Make sure you pack the right clothing. Please make sure you pack the right clothing to be safe. If you know that you don't know what to buy, just buy buy package shirts, just to be on the safer side. Buy package shirts that are either here short sleeves or long sleeves, or very well just go with the jacket and a camisole. For the ladies, you can wear a trouser. For the guys, you can. So you can wear a gown as well. You can wear gowns, but the gowns should have sleeves as well, like hands and everything. So I think that's the end. I think we've come to the end of this very session preparing for law school. I'm so happy about your feedback from the other series, from the other episodes on this series, and yeah, we're coming at you, we're giving it to you back to back on this platform. So till my very next video, please do well to subscribe to this channel, like, comment. I want to see or hear some of your experiences. For those who have already gone through the Nigerian law school, we have a lot of young upcoming lawyers on this platform who want to hear from you, your experience as well. So please do well to make use of the comment section. So until my very next video, please stay safe, stay well, and I do love you. Okay, bye.